Webster City Middle School, it's Bonnie.
And Briar, it's January 27th and a new decade and year.
You know what else is new?
What?
The new colonies that the 5th graders are learning about in history.
Let's go to Avery to learn about them.
Hey WCMS, it's Avery, and today I'm going to be telling you about 5th grade history. In history, we are learning about 3 English settlements known as Jamestown, Roanoke, and Plymouth. We are reading about the settlements and filling in a worksheet. Did you know that both Jamestown and Roanoke's leaders were named John Smith, and John White? Also, the words, "If you shall not work, you shall not eat," came from the leader of Jamestown, John Smith. It has been interesting to learn about these colonies. That's all from me, WCMS. Now let's send it on over to Caitlin to tell us about 5th grade Project Explorer.
Bonjour, WCMS. Je m'appelle Karine, and in case you don't speak French, that means I call myself Caitlin. If you are thinking why this crazy kid is speaking so much French, well, that's because Project Explorer kids are learning French with the help of Mrs. Brock.
Bonjour, madame. Bonjour, comment t'appelles-tu? Je m'appelle Patrice. Comment vas-tu, Patrice? Comme ci, comme ça.
So far, we're learning the colors, nouns, and what our names are in French. We're also learning what nouns are masculine and feminine and the days of the week. Oh, almost forgot. We are also learning how to ask, "What is your name?" in French. Maybe you will want to learn a new language this year. It's fun. Au revoir, WCMS. Whoops, I mean bye, WCMS. Now let's send it on over to the anchors.
It must be fun to learn a new language.
Hola, mi amigo.
That's Spanish, not French.
Oh, I guess I need to go back to 5th grade.
Yeah, you do. That can be your goal for the new year.
I wonder what the 6th graders' goals are for the new year.
Let's find out with Ben.
Hey WCMS, I'm Ben, and it's a new year and a new decade. That means new goals for the year and decade. Many people set goals for many reasons such as self-improvement and adventure. So today I'm going to ask students and staff members what their goals are for the year. What is your goal for the year?
To get better at art.
To get better at dancing.
To pay more attention in class.
To have better grades.
To get better at wrestling.
To get better grades.
To binge watch every FNAF theory till the movie comes out.
To get better grades.
To watch every theory from the Game Theorists.
What is your goal for the year?
To be a good boy all year.
To get better at classes.
To be a better person.
To be better at basketball and softball.
Get my homework done.
Recycle.
Keeping up the good grades.
To be nicer to my friends.
What is your goal for the year?
To get my homework done.
Get better grades.
Get better grades.
What is your goal for the year?
My goal for the year is to get my house at home a little better organized than it is.
To get better at reading.
To read more and be on Facebook less.
What is your goal for the year?
My goal is to stay organized.
My goal is to get the house ready for new baby.
My goal is to work really hard on my graduate studies.
Since we're all about academics here at WCMS, one of my goals would be to increase our A math and reading scores.
My goal for this decade is hard to comprehend, but my goal for the year is to keep learning new things. Now let's pass the bucket list on over to Olivia.
Hey WCMS, Olivia here. On Tuesday the 21st, the 6th graders went to the Civic Center in Des Moines. We watched a play about empowered women from ancient Egypt. We're studying ancient civilizations and history, and one of them was ancient Egypt, so our teachers decided this would be a fun way to learn more about these people.
My favorite thing today was when the lady taught us about how there was woman kings and how sometimes they took over when they weren't men and they didn't have an old enough child.
Today, I think what I learned about was all of the women that were leaders in ancient Egypt. So when we think about women that are leaders, we don't have that in the United States, but clear back in ancient Egypt, they did.
I learned that they executed the richer people when the kings died.
Something that I learned today was that no one knows the names of mommies that people have dug up.
Something interesting I learned today was that when the king died, a whole bunch of people had to sacrifice their life to die with the king.
Something I learned today is that some Egyptians married their brothers, cousins, uncles, or aunts.
Something that I learned was with Cleopatra and how she manipulated a lot of men of power in helping her to the rise of her being in power.
I know I like this trip, and I think everyone else did too. Now let's walk on over to the anchors.
Thanks, Olivia. That field trip sounds like fun.
Yeah, did you have fun over break?
Yeah, did you?
Yeah, let's see what the 7th graders did over break.
Hey, WCMS, it's Sebastian. And even though winter break is over, it's still fun to find out what people did. What did you do over winter break?
I went to Nebraska to visit family and got a lot of good presents.
I had good presents for Christmas, and I did a lot of basketball.
I moved schools.
My grandparents came up from Louisiana to visit us for Christmas.
What did you do over winter break?
I went to Minnesota to see my family.
I went to Texas.
I went to a hotel.
I went to Nebraska.
What did you do over winter break?
I ate cinnamon rolls for our Christmas breakfast, and we handed out presents.
Gave food to the elderly and shut-ins.
I went to Albia, Iowa, and got new shoes and went four-wheeling.
Went to a cattle farm and helped feed them in four-wheeler riding.
Thanks to everyone who shared what they did. I didn't really do much, but let's go over to Annabelle to hear about basketball.
Hi, WCMS. I'm Annabelle, and I'm here to talk about the girls and boys basketball teams. The boys have about 20 people on their team. Their coaches are Coach Turner and Coach Mossback. They have 2 wins so far. The girls basketball team has 20 girls on it, and they have 5 wins. Their coaches are Alex Richardson and Lynn Schaffer. The 7th grade girls' next game will be today at Iowa Falls. And the 7th grade boys' next game will be on Thursday away at Iowa Falls. Come and support the teams. Now let's free throw it on over to the anchors.
It sounds like they're doing pretty good.
Yeah, I bet their New Year's resolution is to do even better.
Let's go check out what the 8th graders' New Year's resolutions are with Susanna.
Hi, Webster City Middle School. I'm Susanna, and since it's a new year, people probably have New Year resolutions. Let's see what our 8th grade New Year's resolutions are. What are your New Year's resolutions?
To buy a pillow.
To be the nicest person I can be.
To score 20 points.
What is your New Year's resolutions?
To try not be sick and come to school. To stop laughing as much.
To be nicer to people.
What are your New Year's resolutions?
To get exponents figured out.
To get good grades.
I want a box.
What is your New Year's resolutions?
To be nicer to people.
To not go to the hospital as much.
to be able to talk on camera. I can't.
Those are some very interesting resolutions. My New Year's resolution is to be better at sports. Speaking of sports, let's go to Sam to learn more about wrestling.
Happy New Year, Webster City Middle School. I'm Sam, reporting on 7th and 8th grade wrestling. The coaches for the 7th and 8th grade wrestling are Dylan Fielder and Cole Noakes. We have had 5 meets and have 3 more. We do not keep a team score or record, but each kid has a personal win-loss record that is kept. We recently had a home meet and have some of the matches recorded. Those matches are of Jace, Carson, Antoine, and Ricky. They did very well and each got a pin. It may be my first year of wrestling, but I think that I am doing pretty well. That's all for me, so let's send it back over to the anchors.
Thanks, Sam. You're doing well for your first year in wrestling. It's good to try something new.
Now for this New Year's upcoming events.
Today, girls basketball has games. 8th is home and 7th is away.
There's a wrestling meet at Clarion tomorrow.
Check the school activity calendar for other upcoming events.
That's all from this New Year's show.
From the middle.